Hi everyone, I recently had the question around building an OR condition in the new responsive designer for Office 365. So we've just built a simple form here which is two checkboxes, is from Nintex or is Nintex partner. So we wanted to see if either of these are true, then we're going to show the email control. So we've hidden this by default, and if we come through to rules we say on form input show email if, so we say if Nintex partner is yes, and then we can say or. So clicking on that button here, it's the or. Now this isn't super clear, and that will change soon. We do have some work to make that more obvious, but at the moment that's how you can actually build that. And then we say the email visible is true, and then you can also put an else condition here and say email visible is false to do the inverse. So hopefully when we come to the preview, we should see now, clicking on that appears, that appears, that and that, or that one first, and that's really just how it works. Pretty simple sort of stuff. Now keep in mind you can take this a step further. Now we don't have variables on this section yet or on here. That is coming at a later date, but you might want to do something like in the future you might say Boolean calculation, and you could say Boolean, and you could say let's say is from Nintex or is Nintex partner. And so what that's doing is saying if they're a Nintex partner or this or this, and so you could do ands, ors, or equals. They'll work, but for our purpose here, and then it's coming up and say, well, if this is true or this is true, then it's going to return a Boolean response of true. So then in future what you'll be able to do is use this variable, formatting slightly off in this version, but then you'll be able to say, well, if my calculation is true, so if this variable is true, if the variable returns yes, then go and do a condition. So for simple scenarios you do have the option to do the OR condition here, and in future you'll actually have the ability to use a variable or an inline formula to actually calculate something, and that could be quite complex because you might have if then else logic or this sort of logic, and so we've got if statements in here, so we've got if else statements in here as well. So a couple of options to keep in mind. Not everything's there yet, but the short term you can do all conditions through the rule builder through UI. In future you'll be able to do or, ands, else and ifs and those sort of things in the formula builder through an inline formula or a variable as well. Hope that's helpful to everyone. Let me know in the community or send me an email.